Moving on now, Nebraska played a huge role in World War II. There are traces of that involvement all over the state.
In some towns, you can find stories about POW camps, and in other areas, there are remnants of Army airfields. In this segment, we head to Wahoo to learn about a new book that highlights a World War II bomb-making plant that once operated near Meade.
Well, hi everybody. We are in Wahoo, and we are at the Saunders County Historical Society. Joining me now is Aaron Hauser, the curator here. We are talking about the Meade Ordnance Plant. Aaron, you have written a book, co-written a book on it. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
It's called quite simply the Nebraska Ordnance Plant, which was the legal name of the plant, and it ran for just over 20 years, from 1942 to 1962.
Jennifer Garza also co-wrote this.
Correct.
Can you give us a little bit of a background on what the Meade Ordnance Plant was?
So during World War II, actually a little bit before World War II started for the United States, the government decided it needed war industries. And so they scouted locations, and one of the locations that was picked, through influence by local senators and that sort of thing, was about 17,000 acres near Meade.
So Aaron, basically the Ordnance Plant was a World War II era bomb-making facility.
Correct. It did go into Korea as well.
Why was it that they needed 17,000 acres? Were there buildings all over that property?
Yeah, there were quite a different areas or zones, if you will. There was administrative, there was where the bombs were built, there was where bombs were stored, and then there was all these auxiliary things that went along with the plant, including hospital, cafeteria, security, fire, that sort of thing. But they also wanted to make sure that there's enough buffer area. It did bring a lot of people. We don't have exact numbers. We think that between 8,000 and 8,500 people helped build the plant, and then during operation, anywhere between 3,500 to 4,000 people. Housing was a big concern, and before the plant even opened, they did sort of an evaluation of the surrounding area, but they still picked that area, mostly because it was serviced by 3 railroads, very easy to get on the rails and shipped.
Railroad access, probably right in the middle of the country, so that probably helped.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of war industry sort of located in the middle of the country, because at that time, technology for airplanes and bombing couldn't reach this at that point in time.
When did the Ordnance Plant close?
In 1945, I went on standby. And then during the Korean War, they basically restored the plant. They put some more money into it and made it operational again. And then it closed again in 1953 and went on standby. And then they officially closed by 1962.
Is there anything at the Ordnance Plant site today?
No, you can see some evidence of some of the roads that were built and where the load lines may have been.
The Eastern Nebraska Research, Education, and Extension Center.
Yes.
That's what's there now?
That's what's there now,
That's
yeah.
kind of what covers that ground.
A lot of that area is, yes.
Okay, Aaron, well, thank you very much for telling us about the Meade Ordnance Plant and this book, which should be a really good read.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and by the way, Aaron says if you want to get a copy of that book we just highlighted, you can find it online, or you can get a copy of it at the Saunders County Museum in Wahoo.